What is going on, and welcome back to the Journeyman with me, FoggyPlays on FM22. Today we're taking on title rivals Victoria Pulzen, and then we're going to be taking on Slovako in the league because the transfer window doesn't actually open until like the 26th of January, which is quite interesting. I hadn't realised that when I ended the last episode. But we know now. So if you do want to enjoy this episode, do make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Let's get into the video. So as you can see first from the last episode, we've not played any competitive games. We've had a couple of friendlies that have gone pretty well, I would say. Unbeaten, including beating Nordsjælland 2-0, which was quite nice. And Mlad Bolesev, we drew 0-0 with, even though they beat us 4-2 earlier. I think I didn't play the game, so I'm guessing they just had a rotated side. We didn't play a full strength side either. As you can see, these are transfers that we were trying to get through. Peter Filo is a player that's has an offer made from at the moment. He hasn't accepted. I think that was only made yesterday. Mikhail Srain was offered a pre-contract, I think. He has decided to join Victoria Pulzen instead. I think this guy would have actually been pretty decent. Would have been a handy player to have, but we're not getting him, so we're not going to worry about it. We do have Victor Makuko, who will be coming in July at the end of his contract, leaving Victoria Pulzen to join us. He is a Czech Cameroonian who actually doesn't look terrible. I like his flair. Like, he's definitely going to be an attacking wing option because that flair is so spicy. He's also got quite good agility, not great strength, but we'll worry about all that stuff when he arrives. We'll sort him out. And then Petr Strajner is another player that we've agreed to sign from Mlada Bolesev from their B side as well. Again, quite good flair. Wants to be a target forward, but he's 5'10". I've noticed this happens quite a lot. Short players want to be target forwards. Doesn't really make sense, but that's fine. Who am I to tell them they can't do what they want to do? So as what you will have known from the last episode, Kostidanov has already left us to go back to Slovakia. Has he played any games? Slovakia? Okay, so he's already made his debut. Fair enough. He wanted to go back to play in Slovakia. That's fine by me. Philip Kabula came to me and said he wanted to leave, so we transfer listed him. Nobody wanted to buy him, but a Romanian side voluntarily have taken him on loan. Hopefully he does well and someone comes in and wants him. Kania has gone to Banak Ostrava for 20,500. It was a midfield player who never really got an opportunity. Banak Ostrava offered 20k. The director of football decided that was enough, and he has left. Simon Hegel has gone to Varta Poznan. Varta Poznan. Was this a striking option? Never really got much of an opportunity under my management. Didn't get an opportunity under anyone's management. 7 games in 5 years. He has left us for the fantastic sum of £36,500. And another striker who wanted to leave but nobody wanted to buy, Valenta, who I think was our second top goal scorer when we arrived last year. He's gone to Vlazim on loan as well. Players that have come in though, Sun Tangjin, as you might remember, was one of our goalkeepers at Biedamen, has come in. He's gone into our B team. He's played 5 games already, conceded 5 goals, kept 2 clean sheets. That's not terrible. Biedamen did get relegated, and he was released because he didn't agree a new contract. They didn't offer him a new contract. I'm not 100% sure what happened, but he is after joining us. So we have an 18-year-old Chinese goalkeeper who used to play under me. So that is nice to have a player we have managed previously. It doesn't happen very often, but the director of football did seem to want to sign a Chinese player because I think he offered in the summer, he offered for 3 Chinese players and none of them came because of wages. So, maybe he thought that I needed a Chinese player in the squad. I'm not 100% sure how the direct football picks players, because I've had an awful lot of Iraqi players were signed in the summer as well. I don't understand why. Yan Kabula has joined us from second division Czech side, who not played a huge amount of games for, did come from Udinese. Just a decent option in midfield, can play in central midfield, either wing, attack midfield. It's just a handy little player to have around. He's kind of like a one Serrano, I guess. Is probably closest. Sasa Panovic, I don't think we. Yeah. Oh, he's wanted on loan. And then there's Mjolnir. Who is Mjolnir? Who are you, my friend? You're Slovakian left back. He's not the worst player we have. He was playing in the first team in a. Okay, yeah. Not going to worry about that too much. So yeah, that's the transfers we've done so far. We do have a little bit more time in the window, so we'll have hopefully some transfers to talk about in between the two games. There's a week in between. So for this game, Kabula is going to be making his debut. Makula, who I don't think is going to be getting a new contract, not by the looks of it. A lot of players have had contracts offered to them already, and we are without a couple of important players like Milan Muller and Tischler, both suspended for this game. So our main right back isn't available, and Tischler is one of our main central midfielders. He's not available either. Chaldek is still only able to play. Actually, he can play a full game. Okay. Well, Salimi is going to be the captain for this game. Who did I think I made Milan Muller captain, but I can't remember who I made vice captain. Because after Kostadinov left, we didn't actually have a captain. So I was telling the players to go out there and get us back at top of the league. That would be nice, wouldn't it? 2 defeats at the end of we did have to wait a while because of those defeats to get any bit of game time back, or to have the opportunity to play another game. So it's a little bit frustrating when you have to go a month without competitive football. Thankfully, we did play a couple of pretty decent friendlies to keep the players happy. Oh, what a beautiful bit of passage play here. Yaralim finds Kabula. Kabula and Serrano, just the carbon copies of each other, passing the ball to each other. And unfortunately, that lovely little passing move came to nothing. But Member Berries picked it up, gets it across to Isaac. Oh, wherever I play Isaac, he is fantastic. He's playing as a box-to-box midfielder today, I think. Or did I make him the advanced playmaker? Yeah, he's box-to-box. Serrano's playing as the advanced playmaker. The two of them can swap Kabula. These 3 guys can all just rotate around. It is quite handy to have a team that has just multiple rotation players, like that can swap in the same positions. So like if I needed to, I could always just pop one of them back. If like say Isaac is having a poor game, I can just push him into the attacking midfield position, see if that makes a difference. Get Serrano back in central midfield. It's quite nice. It's quite handy to have. Unfortunately, our right back position still isn't fixed. And Huff just puts that one wide. Holek did quite well to give him a fright though. I think it was more Holek running out that stopped him from getting the ball in the back of the net there. And we're back at top of the league. Sparta Prague do have a game in hand, which is against Brno. Okay, so we're essentially back down to second in the league because of those 2 poor results we had. And the worst part is we have Kral and someone else, I think, out on loan, who would be quite handy players to have. Like, I could really do with Kral in the first team, but instead he's playing in the second division, which is not ideal. Sipek, since he signed his new contract, has not been very good. I am leaving Dorazic on the bench because he was a little bit tired before this game. So I'm just I'll bring him on if needs be. Currently, not needed. So there's no point in bringing him on just yet. If Sipek continues to not play fantastically, then he'll stay there. Kabula, on his debut, not having the best of times. It's just a little bit annoying, because I did consider playing, what's the other dude's name? Kostadinic? No, Kadiluka was originally going to play instead of him. He's tired, he's not playing all that well. We're going to bring on Kudelka. That's what we're going to go with. Chowdhury's not having an amazing game as a pressing forward, so I'm going to target forward by himself. Let's see what he can do. Sipek isn't having a great time either. We're going to bring on Drazek. And we're just going to swap the two of these around, because Memberberry is fantastic on either wing. We signed him. I wasn't 100% sure if he was going to be even a first team rotation player, and it turns out he's actually pretty good. He's actually a decent footballer, which surprised me no end. I'm going to give a bit of encouragement just to see if that'll get the lads moving, because we're not having the most of anything. Okay, so there's literally nothing happening. Okay. We're going to take Churi off for Chaldek. Make him an advance forward. Go. Do something. It's like poking a bear with a stick and like, do something. You mean? Like, as in like us scoring. Memberberry takes it down. Chaldek. Oh. Was his name Thermal? Pushes that one behind for a corner. Drazek, the first time we're going to see him since he came on, steps up to take the corner, and Chaldek heads over. I do have 3 corner routines, so it's nice to have a little bit of change. I don't always know what one they're doing, because sometimes they hoof the ball in and literally nothing happens. As the second half pretty much showed, nothing happened. So we've come away with a victory. We should have definitely done more. 3 half chances to their 1. We had 25 shots to their 12. So we had twice as many shots, 3 times as many on target, and we only managed to come away with a 1-0 win. I will take it though, because it is still a victory against a very, very good team. They're poor recent form. Okay, so they drew with Marbella. I didn't think Marbella were that good of a team, but Isik manages to get us the goal. That wins us the game. I'm quite happy. We're going to be back in Josik for the game against Slovako, so don't go anywhere. Hopefully, it's a mid-table team. We should up our game and score some more goals. Right, fellas, so we are now back, and we have made a signing. Peter Philo has joined us. His contract's already 6 months left, or less than 6 months left. This director of football, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, he's come in, just gone straight into the B team. We do have Sparta Prague offered for Vlek, but the director of football rejected it. And we have Mario Petric, who has had a contract offered to him. Star rating wise, doesn't look like he's got much, but I think, judging by these numbers, decent centre back. Like, not the best centre back in the world. His heading is terrible, but he's 6'1". I think he has potential, so he'll be in the B team. Probably just teach him to be a centre back for a little while. Sparta Prague, as I mentioned in the last part, had a game to play, and they won 4-0 against Brno. So we are back down into second, but we are, we have the same amount of games played. We've won more games just because we've lost them 3 games more. That's a lot of extra defeats. Yeah, we tackle harder. Why not? Memberberry having a good time. Trazic has just very, very recently, I think it was yesterday, Lillström decided to throw a bit of interest his way. So we'll have to see how he gets on. There's potential that he'll be leaving us. He's quite valuable. For value up to 2.9 million, and he's 31, and a player that I'm not overly fussed about losing, to be fair. He's coming in today because Serrano picked up an injury in the time in between the game. So the only changes for this one is Muller is coming back in at right back, Tischler comes back in central midfield, and Drazic goes into the attack midfield. So 3 changes. Yeah. Yankabula wasn't amazing. Makula isn't the best player on our team, so when I have the opportunity not to start him, I'll take it. They've taken Joel Zarts out of their team for this game. We're going to... Let's carry on from where they finished. It is pretty much the same team that started that game. Pointing my finger at Chori, because he hasn't scored in a competitive game for a while. So it'd be nice if he could get one today. I'm playing him as a target forward for this one, just to see if that can get him more involved. I'm also playing Drazic as the shadow striker, and Isik, even though he played really well in the last game as a box-to-box midfielder, is going to be an advanced playmaker in this one, because it is a position that suits him. So we're going to see how he gets on. Drazic with the corner. Panak hit the post, and the defenders are appealing for offside. We're going to go attacking regardless. It's been disallowed. How is Chori offside? Just maybe a smidge. Maybe a smidge. But like I said, this low block 4-1-4-1 is quite hard to play against. For us anyway. We're struggling a little bit. So we're going to go attacking and see if that makes a difference. Muller whips it across. Memberberry, that's definitely gone out for a corner. No? Nemrava? To be fair, I haven't had the stupid thing happen where your goalkeeper walks over the line with the ball in their hand for quite a couple of seasons now. So, Memberberry puts it over. I would say it's only something that happens in lower league, but I've had it happen with Ghent in FM20 in the Champions League. So it does happen at high clubs. Sipek heads over. He's also a player that I wouldn't be fussed if someone came along and took him away from us as well for cash. If someone gave us cash money for some of these players, I wouldn't be terribly disappointed. We do need to get, we do need to put some of these shots into the back of the net. We've had 6 shots so far, but a 0.33 XG. We're not doing an awful lot. Isik isn't having an amazing game, which is probably something I need to consider and make him just bring him back to box midfielder for the second half. Chori picks up the ball. Oh, that was dirty. Chori, what are you doing? That was dirty. That was an absolute beauty of a shot. Chori just... Am I allowed to show that on YouTube? Am I going to get... I would say demonetized. I'm not monetized anyway. But am I going to get... I think it's legal to show sex on YouTube. Take charge of this match, lads. Suits you, say. I'm going to make him a box-to-box. I'm going to make Tischler and Mazzella. We're just going to go without a playmaker for the second half because Isik hasn't been exceptional. Sipek hasn't been great either. So I could just move Drazic. We're not. I'm going to leave it as it is right now. We're just going to make those little tactical tweaks. I don't want to ruin everything because Chorley scored an absolute... scored an absolute beauty of a goal. I am quite happy with that goal. I haven't seen a goal like that scored in so long. Then again, I've been playing with shit tier players. Chori does just hit that one over. It was aimed at the near post. Far post does seem to be the most effective, but I don't want to overdo it with far post corners. Because, like I said, it's like the near post was before they fixed it. Even though, if you've a monster of a player, you can't really fix something that isn't broken. Chaldek is going to come on for Sipek because he hasn't been great. Isik is just continuing to not have a great game, so we're going to bring on Kabula. You actually prefer to be the Zella. Memberberry can be an inverted winger on the right. Drazik can be the inverted winger on the left. And we leave it at that for now, because we do have a couple of players that are a little bit tired, but they're not tired enough that I'm in a position where I'm like, I really need to take them off. We're also Drazik, the corner. Panak heads just over. He's been much better recently. He hasn't made the same kind of mistakes he was doing before. Drazik, unfortunately, Chori just couldn't quite get there. And now Slovako have the ball, playing around to the back. I feel like this is one of those ones where they're either going to, score. Oh, what a beautifully taken by Muller. I was going to say it's either one of those ones where they make a terrible mistake and we end up scoring from it, or they punt it forward and we score an absolute worldly from it. Chori's cross-field pass didn't really amount to anything. Muller wins the ball and Memberberry is going to go for a saunter down the right wing. Whips it across and Chori. That was quite a tasty bit of play. Their goalkeeper dropped the ball. Chori got there, managed to slip it across to Drazik, and he puts it in the back of the net. I think he's decided he's going to show off today. Probably going to be a Lillestrøm scout at this match. And I would not, like I said, I would not mind if they signed him, because he is 30 something now. It'd be nice if we could get some cash money for him, assuming the Director of Football accepts an offer for him, which is always a hard thing. You're not 100% sure if they're going to accept, and sometimes they just accept ridiculous offers, which, always fantastic. But we're 10 minutes away from winning this game. Panak, our centre back, is going for a wander down the wing, finds Memberberry, cuts across. Drazik, it's cleared off the line by Hilbrand. Yarolin picks it up, turns and burns. Drazik steps up to take the corner again. Churi, that was quite the clearance. Wow. Unfortunately for Slavko, didn't really do an awful lot with it once they won the possession back. So that's going to be a little disappointing for them. We're going to bring on Vlek or Salimi just because he's booked. Just leave Salimi have a little bit of time to rest. He's had quite a busy time. He's playing playing for Iran. Oh no, Muller's picked up an injury. Why is it saying Muller came off? Oh, Muller's come off. A potential foot injury. Not ideal. Not ideal at all, my friends. Tischler can move back to play right back. It's going to take you off. You, my friend, can just be a central midfielder on defend, I guess. Yeah, we'll just move these two lads back. Memberberry doesn't actually know how to be a right midfielder. That's fine. He could just be an inverted winger. Maybe. Yeah, fuck it. It's grand. They're not going to score 2 goals that late in the game. I can't believe Muller picked up an injury. I hope it's not a bad one. Oh, I really hope it's not a bad one. Drazik scores from a free kick. He did this before, but it was given against him, or it was given as offside because Panak was in the box. To be honest, I don't know. Panak wasn't even the player closest to it, but it was given against him. So Drazik gets himself a goal. I don't even know what their keeper was doing. I'm guessing he was expecting one of the players to get a touch in it, and when he didn't, he had no coming back from it. But we've managed to win quite a comfortable game, 3-0. A game I did expect us to win fairly comfortably. Nice work, everyone. That was fantastic. Sipek didn't have a great game, but whatever. What are you gonna do? Muller, I'm worried about him. Hopefully it's not a big boy injury. Twisted ankle. Classy. Dragic. Fantastic, my friend. Delighted with how you played. So when does I don't actually know when the transfer window ends. But I think Sparta Prague wouldn't be a terrible time to come back. I didn't mean to click finances. Yeah, as you can see, we're dying. All right, March is when we have our youth intake. So coming back in March is a good idea. The transfer window surely will be closing at some point, probably before the Yelava game. So we'll probably just come back for Sparta Prague, do the transfer roundup, and then maybe have a look at the youth intake, if it's any good, of course, obviously. So if you have enjoyed this episode, do make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.